to the news on Hope Channel Zambia television that changes lives. You are catching us live on channel number 450.
Hello guys, guess what? I'm a registered Kampori delegate. So this thing will be very memorable and exciting because the activities that will be taking place are actually linked to academic career pathway, such as artificial intelligence, computers, mechanics and obstacles, and so on. The Kampori will be in April and the theme will be anchored in Christ. And you know the other exciting thing about it? There will be courses such as gardening, fishing and poultry.
Some of the activities they'll be under obstacles. Some they will be under survival skills. Some also they will be under fun. Apart from all these things which will happen, the registration is only 120 kwacha. And our deadline will close on 31st of March 2023. If your child has not yet registered, take this opportunity now to register and so that we can have more pathfinders in this Kampori at Emas.
The venue where I'm standing is a venue for Kampori 2023 at Imano Seventh-day Adventist Church, which is seated for a land of about 250 hectares, 5 kilometers from Chisamba. Is a boarding school for girls and the boys.
Our speakers are as follows. We have Pastor Ivan Guatringa, the SID Youth Director, who will come and be our speaker. We also have Pastor Angelo Chipuru, coming from Northern Zambia Union Conference, as one of our speakers. Those are our speakers. Thank you.
And this thing will help you be personal, economically independent. Okay guys, see you there.
Hello there, a lovely and warm welcome to the news on Hope Channel Zambia television that changes lives. You are catching us live on channel 450 on the Top Star decoder, and we are on channel number 25 on the Movie TV bouquet. Let's take a look at stories making headlines. Ngwerele Ward 22 Councillor Adrian Banda refutes claims of water shortage in Garden Chilulu. Historian delighted with Zambian political history photo gallery exhibited at Mulungushi International Conference Center's Kenneth Kaunda's wing. Financial expert says financial and risk management is necessary in gospel dissemination. And second attempt to elect North Zambia Conference President and Executive Secretary hit a snag. These plus more stories coming up shortly, to stay with us.
My wife, bumper harvest. Eh?
Daddy,
I'm telling you.
your new fertilizer. Niamini.
Eh?
Iye daddy
Tell you.
Hello. My instructions.
I went to ETG, and now we are enjoying the benefits of using a blended D-compound fertilizer as basil and Kynoplus as top-dressing fertilizer instead of urea that we used last year. Now look here. This year, it has given me 4 tons. 4 tons! But last year, it was only 1.8 tons. Kynoplus has given all my crops the nitrogen that I paid for. Wow. It has saved me money. Telling you.
Understanding the difference between soil and crop-specific fertilizers, therein lies strength for Kynoplus blended fertilizers. More value in a bag. Available in the ETG depots countrywide, with a network providing agronomy services to farmers across the country. Kynoplus. Enhanced efficiency through innovation. A product of ETG.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Bright Sinkozi on the news, and my sign language interpreter is Sharon Akufune. A warm welcome to those of you catching us live on our social platform, that is Facebook and YouTube. The details. Ngwerele Ward 22 Councillor Adrian Banda has refuted claims of water shortage in Garden Chilulu compound. Speaking in an interview with Hope News today, Mr. Banda says he has recently visited the area and that the water situation was not as it was described by residents. However, he says a total of 25 new water meters and pipes have already been installed in order to improve water supply in the area, and this will soon be commissioned. On Monday, Hope News visited Garden Chilulu and found some people drawing water at the filling station. Meanwhile, the councillor has attributed the uncollected garbage in the area to the filled up main garbage site in Chunga and has assured the residents of an improved situation soon. He has since warned those planning to dispose garbage in the Bombay drainage or any undesignated place of stiffer punishments in line with the law. We have details in this report.
So in terms of water, I will mention that we have got 2 utilities companies for water supply in Ngwerele Ward 22. One, we have got Garden Water Trust, which covers part of the area. We have got Lusaka Water and Sanitation Company, which supply the water 24/7. If there's any challenge of the fault, I get some concerns, I will visit these offices to utilities company to say, no, there's a challenge here. But in terms of water shortage in the Chilulu area, I visited personally. I even opened the tap to say, people, you said there's a challenges in terms of water. What is this? That way, you're in a dot. But I said, when I opened it, this is clean. I thought, no, sometimes I normally goes on the ground personally to not hearsay. As a leader, I need to go physically and check. There's a proof, yes. But all in all, when you have got rains, heavy rains, we don't know what happens underground. Because whatever water we use is underground water, which we need to be purified by the utility companies before to the receiving end. But if there is such challenge, we always consult the authority to say, what should we do? We have got a project which started a long time ago during our previous regime under Millennium Challenge account, which they have installed 35 meters in our ward. What we are waiting is just the matter of the same projects to be handed over to the community. Once this is done, the issue of water in Ngwerele Ward 22 to be the past. You have seen the challenge we have at the dam site. Even the minister, Honorable Galing Kombo, went there to appreciate the site. The mayor also, our worship, Madam Stangala, also they went there to appreciate what is happening. There's some queues there. There's no way where they can dump the waste. So you find that we have CBs who are business enterprises who collect garbage. They are partners. We have got one tractor in our area. But we find that because of the challenge which we had in dam site, they were not like collecting earthquake, because the tractor will spend maybe 2 days there just to offload, meaning that garbage is accumulating. Doesn't mean that they're not coming, you know. They even watch on the TV, man, to say there's a challenge at dam site. So we are trying to find a lasting solution, and that is a national project which need to be done as soon as possible, so that they will open up the way. Then people continue those agents to collect the garbage on time. But it doesn't mean that if you're not collecting the garbage on time, you take advantage of dumping anyhow. We'll make sure that law shall follow it.
Now, a Zambian historian, Professor Bizek Piri, has commended government for the photo exhibition gallery that highlights Zambia's political history, mounted at the Mulungushi International Conference Center during the Summit for Democracy. Professor Piri says it is important for Zambia to put its rich history on the world map for people to know what Zambia has achieved democratically. He has urged government to have more historical exhibitions in different sectors in order for citizens and others outside the country to appreciate what Zambia has been through. We have more in this report.
Displayed in readiness for foreign and local delegates to learn from Zambia's political history. This political history photo exhibition dates back from the first government to be formed after Zambia got its independence from the colonial masters to the current regime in power. This is at Mulungushi International Conference Center, KK Wing in Lusaka, where the Summit for Democracy for African region is taking place. This exhibition is aimed at educating delegates the importance of peace, democracy, and the smooth transition of power that the country has exhibited from time immemorial. Professor Bizek Piri is a historian and understands the significance of this photo exhibition.
When you look at this exhibition, what it is telling us is that we have people. In most cases, when you read, for example, when people are talking about President Hakainde Hichilema, they will say he's the 7th president. But then, it ends there as a number, is number 7 of the presidents. But when you look at an exhibition, it brings out the memory of the previous presidents before him. And when you are looking at them, and if you are a younger person who is in school, and you are looking at the pictures, that makes the history stick with you, because it consolidates what you have read. So museums and exhibitions such as this one are very, very significant in keeping history intact because what you see, you cannot modify it. That's what it was.
Professor Piri says there is need for government to enhance more history exhibitions in different sectors across the country.
And therefore, it is very, very important that the history is always maintained and has to be protected. So, this is very good, but we need to, as I've said already, you need a permanent fixture where it is, where you can take learners to go and learn. When you go to the Lusaka National Museum, for example, you are going to see schools take their learners there so that they can learn more, they can understand better what they've read in books, what the teachers do, by seeing for themselves. Because this is a good lesson in history. So it is very, very important that we should consolidate and enhance this kind of exhibits in history, different types of history. Here we are focusing on political history, but you have to look at, for example, you talk about development, industrialization. How did our industry, where did it start from?
He has encouraged youths to take interest in learning Zambia's history.
If you don't know your history, then you cannot develop as a country. We can only develop as a country if we know where we are coming from to be what we are today. Even you as members of the press, if you don't understand where you have come from, it will be very difficult for you to function as journalists. So history is very, very important.
Tomorrow, Thursday, is the official opening of the summit, which is running under the theme, Free fair and transparent elections in Africa. Esna Tsikazwa, Hope News, Lusaka.
Now, Liquid Technology Zambia has launched its third cybersecurity fusion center in the country. Speaking at the launch, Minister of Technology Felix Mutati says there is need for the country to invest in digital infrastructure and cybersecurity. He has called on citizens to collaborate with government to report all forms of cyber crimes and has asked ZICTA to do more in locating cyber criminals. He has warned those involved in cyber crimes to stop before the law visits them.
We need to invest, as you are investing, in digital infrastructure and then also deliver best practice, particularly in cyber security. The only way we can move ahead as a country is information sharing, is working together. There is nothing in this world in terms of technology that you ever own. It's all up in the crowd. Nobody owns nothing. The only thing that you can own is upgrading your technology and be able to do best practice in terms of cybersecurity. The third thing that we need to do together, collaboration. We already, through ZICTA and other financial institutions, including the security systems, etc., come together as one big block to deal with cyber issues. With ZICTA creating a short code *707# where you can report in any fraud, any attack that you come across, and the response is going to be instant. Invest in hard work, but don't invest in negative creativity. We'll find you. And already ZICTA, you have been doing well, but I think you can do much more. Today they'll find you within 2 meters of your location. That is a technology that I've got. So you'll not be able to hide, even under the pillow, they'll be able to locate you that you're under the pillow, and that is where you are creating the fraud. They'll come for you. That is ZICTA for you, together with the other enforcement entity.
Just now, let's take a break. We have more stories on the other side. Don't go away.
Hello guys, guess what? I'm a registered Kampori delegate. So this thing will be very memorable and exciting because the activities that will be taking place are actually linked to academic career pathway, such as artificial intelligence, computers, mechanics and obstacles, and so on. The Kampori will be in April and the theme will be anchored in Christ. And you know the other exciting thing about it? There will be courses such as gardening, fishing and poultry.
Some of the activities, they'll be under obstacles. Some, they will be under survival skills. Some also, they will be under fun. Apart from all these things which will happen, the registration is only 120 kwacha. And our deadline will close on 31st of March 2023. If your child has not yet registered, take this opportunity now to register, and so that we can have more pathfinders in this Kampori at EMAS.
The venue where I'm standing is a venue for Kampori 2023 at Imano Seventh-day Adventist Church, which is seated for a land of about 250 hectares, 5 kilometers from Chisamba. Is a boarding school for girls and the boys.
Our speakers are as follows. We have Pastor Ivan Gwatringa, the SID Youth Director, who will come and be our speaker. We also have Pastor Angel Chipuru, coming from Northern Zambia Union Conference, as one of our speakers. Those are our speakers. Thank you.
And this thing will help you be personal, economically independent. Okay guys, see you there.
This year, it is much bigger than it was last year. Prudence C. Lunzwe presents to you
Wemti Mawandi Album Launch.
Date 2nd April. Venue Government Complex. Supporting Group Subi. God and Vocals. Loud Cry. Ruben. Rudo. And John. Tickets 100 kwacha ordinary, 250 kwacha VIP. For more information, contact us on
0976 188237.
All roads lead to Government Complex, 2nd of April. This message is powered by
Thank you so much for still staying with us. We continue with the news. Absa Bank Chief Financial Officer Venus Kampinda says financial and risk management in non-profit organizations like the church is for the greater good of the Gospel Commission when church financial managers apply the needed knowledge in financial management. Ms. Kampinda says risk management does not end in having resources, but there must be identification and analysis of risks before they are transferred to third parties. She has also said good financial management in the church starts with faithfulness of single individuals in the local congregation before the latter transcends to higher offices. She was speaking at the ongoing Treasury Workshop for Northern Zambia Union Conference in Livingstone. Meanwhile, Norwich Insurance Brokers Limited Managing Director Lydia Sivanda has advised the church and its workers to value insurance of church property and their personal lives. Mrs. Sivanda emphasized the urgent need for the church to secure its assets in case of calamities. Mwene Muyanga gives us a report.
Risks and disasters come as unforeseen circumstances. While they may be prevented, chances are that they may still occur and beyond our expectations. And as such, the church is of no exception to facing risks and disasters. This is why, in the ongoing Northern Zambia Union Conference Treasury Workshop, risk management has been one of the key lessons to the financial managers of the church. And Norwich Insurance Brokers Limited Managing Director Lydia Sivanda emphasized the urgent need for the church and its workers to value insurance.
I was here with the rest of the Northern Union CFOs to simply inculcate the urgent need for church workers and the church itself to value insurance. Whereas we believe that indeed this is not our world, but for now we are here and we need to take care of the assets for the church buildings, the hospitals, the schools, so that should any calamity come, the church is not drawn to further contributions instead of using the money for mission. We cannot use money for rebuilding the churches, but we can pay small amounts in terms of insurance premium, which is going to make sure that we are reimbursed when a calamity occurs.
Meanwhile, Absa Bank Financial Officer Venus Kampinda attributed good financial management in the church and its organizations to faithfulness of individuals starting from the local church.
We do sometimes try and take things lightly within the church and not really looking at the importance of financial management as well as risk management. I indeed presented on financial management for not-for-profit organizations, of which the church is, and then secondly went into a presentation on risk management. The overviews were literally looking at what does financial management mean? What does risk management mean? And then also looking at the benefits to the church, and then delved into financial management and how we can then look at the overall mission of the church. With a theme that we have of I will go, what is it we're doing on a daily basis to win more souls? What are we doing to look at the Gospel Commission in Matthew 28, so that in the sweet by and by will therefore be a lot of us and would have won all the souls around us. It starts with us being faithful in everything that we do. And therefore, financial management is about your faithfulness and managing for the master in everything that you do, starting from a personal level all the way to the church organization.
The Northern Zambia Union Conference Treasury Workshop will not only be of benefit to the church and its organizations, but to individuals, as the lessons also cater for personal aid. Mwene Muyanga reporting for Hope News, Livingstone, Southern Province.
Still in business news, the Zambia National Commercial Bank, ZANACO, says it has immensely contributed to the growth of the country's economy following its annual employment of young people that currently is standing at 44,000. This came to light during a press briefing to highlight the bank's 2022 financial status. Chief Executive Officer Mukwandi Chibesakunda said the increase in the number of employments offered this far is as a result of the increase in customers from the 2.5 million in 2021 to now 4 million in 2022.
Creating those opportunities through those partnerships, express agencies, the customers who are able to then benefit from our facilities, the vendors and suppliers who are then able to grow because ZANACO is growing. And our view is that overall, we're able to employ a lot of people and facilitate growth in the Zambian economy. I've just been guided that our express agents overall employ about 44,000 youths in Zambia, and that is significant.
Let's take our final break. When we return, we take a look at religious matters. Do stay with us.
Hello guys, guess what? I'm a registered Campori delegate. So this thing will be very memorable and exciting because the activities that will be taking place are actually linked to academic career pathway, such as artificial intelligence, computers, mechanics and obstacles, and so on. The Campori will be in April, and the theme will be anchored in Christ. And you know the other exciting thing about it? There will be courses such as gardening, fishing, and poultry.
Some of the activities, they'll be under obstacles. Some, they will be under survival skills. Some also, they will be under fun. Apart from all these things which will happen, the registration is only 120 kwacha. And our deadline will close on 31st of March 2023. If your child has not yet registered, take this opportunity now to register, and so that we can have more pathfinders in this Campori at Emas.
The venue where I'm standing is a venue for Campori 2023 at Imano Seventh-day Adventist Church, which is seated for a land of about 250 hectares, 5 kilometers from Chisamba. Is a boarding school for girls and the boys.
Our speakers are as follows. We have Pastor Ivan Gwatringa, the SID Youth Director, who will come and be our speaker. We also have Pastor Angel Chipuru, coming from Northern Zambia Union Conference, as one of our speakers. Those are our speakers. Thank you.
And this thing will help you be personal, economically independent. Okay guys, see you there.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. And now for the rest of the news, we turn our focus to religious matters. North Zambia Conference's chances of having its first ever president and executive secretary has yet again hit a snag. The second session to field in a president and executive secretary held in Mpika on Tuesday, 28 March 2023, following the failed outcome in December of 2022, yielded no results as delegates for the second time twice rejected the nominated names of those recommended by the nominating committee. After the failed attempt during the session held in December last year, the Northern Zambia Union Conference handed over the matter to the Southern Africa Indian Ocean Division, SID, but that too has proved futile. SID President Dr. Harrington Akombwa, who presided over the second session with a team from the division in a phone interview, said the stage this issue has reached demands that the matter be tabled back to the committee, rather executive committee, that decided to upgrade the field into a conference to decide what next for the conference during the media board. On 8th November 2022, the SID Executive Committee approved the application of the North Zambia field together with West Zambia field for conference statuses. And finally, in the news, youths from Chabwino Seventh-day Adventist Church under Garden House Mission District used the just-ended Global Youth Week of Prayer as an opportunity to reach out to some less privileged church members, both young and old. The youths donated foodstuffs to 5 families, all costing 1,600 kwacha. The associate youth leader, Deli Mutale, has called on youths and the church to continue helping those who are in need, both inside and outside the church. The donation beneficiaries thanked the young people in the church for a helping hand. And 5 people were baptized after the Youth Week of Prayer.
It was a global program. But global program, that is refugees. But we looked at it's not only my refugees, but refugees, the way we help. Now in church, we also have people who need what? Who need our help. So in Nikuti, my youth, whatever little money you contributed, Nonga Sikomo. Lesa, Mumalishe. Ebo Mwafumelesa, Wakeshe Kwemini. Bafumona Mulanda Wan, Defonara Sungawana Wanshiwa. Lesa, Mupala, Bika Kwenshi Kuzi. Isha Mio Yenu. Emo Mulenda. Yes, wale Baita Bukwenda. Mwalisha Wana Wanshiwa. Ovalesa Ibelesa Sungenya Wana Wanshiwa. Imirimo Mwabomba nga Yesu. Kale bali bakoze pokulenda. So sasa muleka takupetia papa. Okupikira mtu apasa lesa kupalishi. Ubulanda bwangi ivyo shaiti kwata kungana mwapera. Ivyo abana ababale bomba ebana tukwende. Kina upata libya abana bafiwo kusunga. Lero abana mkatikati lunga. Bale kusunga. Chakutotera lesale bapala. No mulimo bale bomba. Lesale batutira kwa mapalo na manganja yabo. Twatotera mwebale. Mulenda kwe mwana mo. Twalile kujure kirambo kikulire somu. Ngenda endai. Wale pite yepi. Ni machungwa tani Kristo. Ni mwenkwenda yani.
That item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, let's recap on stories that made headlines. Ngwerere Ward 22 Councillor Adrian Banda has refuted claims of water shortage in Garden Chilulu. An historian, he's delighted with Zambia political history photo gallery exhibited at Mulungushi International Conference Center. A financial expert says financial and risk management is necessary in gospel dissemination. And second attempt to elect North Zambia Conference President and Executive Secretary has yet again hit a snag. Thank you so much for your time. I'm Bright Sinkos. On behalf of the entire studio and production team, God bless and bye for now.